K&A Custom Crafts on Facebook.
All right, welcome to another edition of C2C Rank Em, brought to you by Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am the host, Big B, and my co-host, as usual, is the Prime Oos, Tim Hendricks. How are you doing today, bud?
I'm doing good. I hope everybody's Christmas was good, and we're rolling right into the prime new year.
Yeah, exactly. Last week, until the new year, a lot of things happened this past year. Hope everybody again had a great Christmas. So today's list, I think we're going to be seeing more of this type of list. Me and Tim had a hard time thinking of it. I'm just like, hey, how about we do birthdays? So for this list, we did 4 holidays, and we picked a couple days, just random birthdays, So first, and it's for celebrity people. So yes, again, just like every other list, we know we're going to leave some people out. Some people, for me, I went back a certain amount of years. Tim might have went more. So, everybody's got it. So let's just do a random date, Tim. July 17th. Anybody personally that was born on July 17th?
I know a few. I know one personally. I know a lot of my family know that they know he was born on July 17th. Oh! By the way, that one person I know is me. Is me.
Yes,
I know me.
Yes. Yeah. So if you guys are watching, yes, our random birthdays were our birthdays. So I was born on October 22nd. Tim was born on July 17th. So we'll start with Tim. Tim's birthday, July 17th. So who was your number 5?
My number 5 only became this type of city after the Queen Mother died. My number 5 is the Queen Consort, Camilla Parker Bowles.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Royalty, folks. Right here on my birthday. Royalty.
I see where Tim's going with this one. I am going my number 5, and I meant to look this up. Just give me a quick second here. Because I believe he was the kicker that got booed out of his own state after missing a couple field goals.
Oh, now you got me thinking. Out of his own state?
Wow. Yes. Scott Norwood. I got it at number 5.
That's right, he is.
Yeah. Not welcome in Buffalo anytime soon. But yeah, I got Scott Norwood at number 5. You're number 4.
My number 4 is a Grammy Award-winning country artist. I think my aunt Sharon has met this man in South Carolina on the beach. Matter of fact, I think it was really close to my birthday too. I've got number 4. I've got Luke Bryan.
Okay. Number 4 for me. If you guys watch wrestling, he's probably one of the guys most jacked up on whatever. Mojo Riley, I have on there. The dude is. I don't think he's doing much wrestling now, but yeah, he's my number 4. Who's your number 3? Tim?
I can't believe I forgot him, because on Twitter I wish him a happy birthday every freaking year too. Oh.
Well, at least you didn't forget Tony Gwynn as the greatest outfielder. I mean,
yeah, or Jerry Rice is the greatest quarterback in San Francisco. That sucks. My number 3 is an amazing actor. The funny thing is, I've got like 3 actors that are amazing that are all born on my birthday. But I remember from Yankee Doodle Dandy, White Heat, probably one of the greatest gangsters in movie history. James Cagney.
Oh, wow. Okay. My number 2 Yeah, we're on number 2, right? No, we're not on number 3. I'm sorry.
3.
We're on number 3. My number 3 is your number 4. First guy that popped up when I typed in your birthday, Luke Bryan. Great entertainer. Hope to see him soon. No, he's not coming to TI this year. So Luke Bryan is my number 3. Your number 2.
My number 2 is so loved in Germany that he's probably their lost son. It's amazing. Everybody remembers him from Knight Rider. He actually had a song at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. David Hasselhoff, the Hoff, as my number 2.
Yeah, I'm with you on number 2. David Hasselhoff, Knight Rider, Baywatch. I know he did a cameo in an Adam Sandler movie. Yeah, like you said, he's like God over there in Germany, and kind of like Michael Jackson was over in China and stuff, where he's just amazing.
Yeah.
But great actor. So number 1.
Number 1, I am so proud. I am so proud to have this man as on my birthday. I want to say he turned 81 this year. I could be completely wrong. His son's a great actor, an amazing actor. I've seen him in The Italian Job, the MASH, the movie, the beer fest. I want to say that. I think it's Beer Fest. I could be completely wrong. But Donald Sutherland's my number 1.
Okay, yeah, that's one I overlooked. Like I was going through the list, I'm like, oh, I know that person. I saw Sutherland, I'm like, God, where? I know the name, but I couldn't remember that one. No, great one there. My number 1, female actress, Phyllis Diller. Funny comedian. I think definitely she earned number 1 spot here. Who a couple people you had off of your list?
Funny is I put the forgotten son of Germany, and I put David Hasselhoff, but I'm also the Prime Minister of Germany, Angela Merkel, is born on my birthday.
Okay.
Carrie Hart, the Pink's husband, Carrie Hart. I'm actually older than him by 3 or 4 hours. We were born on the exact same day, but I think I've got him by 3 hours.
Nice. For me, a couple people I had off, Mason Randolph or Rudolph or quarterback, Travis Brownie, MMA fighter, actor Robin Show, played in
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat, yeah. And then there was a basketball player. I've seen quite a few videos of him, and I honestly don't know if he's still alive because he was born in 2020. Robbie, Rovert, Bob Rockvic. He's like 7'7". He's in Romania. Big basketball player. Just he's got the height, but he doesn't have the build. He looks like a cartoon character, kind of when I saw him. Running down. So that's July 17th. So we can move over to my birthday, October 22nd. So I will actually start since it is my birthday. My number 5, I got singer Shaggy. I didn't know there's a lot of people. This one was a hard list for me to do. Shaggy, number 5. Tim.
My number 5 is Better Call Saul. Jimmy McGill, Saul Goodman himself, used to do Mr. Show, Bob Odenkirk.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, you kind of you're pulling out some good names here. You're really digging. My number 4, figure skater, probably one of iconic figure skaters, Brian Boitano. You know, of course, you normally would see him around the Olympics times and some specials. So, who's your number 4, Tim?
My number 4. If this was on any other list, he'd be number 1. I know it already. When everybody remembers this man in Taxi, he's going to be in the new Ahsoka TV series for Star Wars. But everybody's going to remember Dr. Emmett Brown from the Back to the Future. My number 4 is Christopher Lloyd.
He was born on October 22nd?
Yes, he was.
Oh, my God, did I overlook that name? Wow.
Oh, there's the new Tony Gwynn.
Yeah, I guess. I really overshot that one. Wow. Man. So we're at number 3 now. Number 3. Actually, when you started describing things, I'm like, oh, maybe this is your number 3, because I know he's played a couple iconic roles. I should say kind of more like doctor or scientific roles. Jeff Goldblum. I'm not a big fan of his, but I'm okay watching some of his stuff. So you're number 3.
My number 3 is your number 4. Shaggy?
Okay. No, number 5.
Yeah, my number 5. He it's funny because if people up in the Upper Peninsula who's listening to this remember the day that he actually showed up at a gas station at a casino in Bark River, Michigan. They got pictures of him and Johnny Cash, and my brother was actually in the Marine Corps with Shaggy.
Okay. No, definitely a good one. My number 2, again, second wrestler on 2 lists here, D'Lo Brown. I just, of course, me being a wrestling guy, always, tops right there. So you're number 2.
My number 2 is a Hall of Fame baseball player. I believe is in the 500 home run club. Not sure. But I think he might be your number 1. I don't know if the Fox Man is in your number 1, but Jimmy Fox.
No, I did not have Jimmy Fox on my list.
Not on your list?
No. No.
Thank God it's Herman Killebrew.
Wow. Wow. Oh, man, that sucks. I overlooked 2 guys. For me, so we're at number 1, our Uzi pick here. If not a Hall of Famer, he definitely will be. And a lot of people debate that when he came over to the major leagues that they should have brought his Japanese records with them, because then he would be the all-time hits leader. Ichiro Suzuki is my number 1. So, Tim, you're number 1.
My number 1 is your 3. To me, Jeff Goldblum, like I said, if Jeff Goldblum was on another, if Jeff Goldblum wasn't on your birthday, Christopher Lloyd would have been number 1, guaranteed. But Jeff Goldblum, I mean, the man, everything that man touches is gold. Gold.
Yeah, exactly. So, go. All right, so that's October 22nd. So, now let's get into some holidays here. We'll jump back to July 4th, Independence Day. To me, this was a troubling list. Not a lot of names stuck out to me. So, go ahead, Tim. You're number 5.
I got I'm not going to say he's the greatest American author in history. I leave that to Mark Twain. But I've got Nathaniel Hawthorne. I believe what he does is what his work is amazing stuff. Everybody should read Nathaniel Hawthorne. That's what I'm going to tell you. If there's an UC educational moment of this entire day, read Nathaniel Hawthorne.
Okay. For me, some are going to say not a celebrity yet. Um, but mainly, I put it on there because of her parents, and that's Maliki Obama. I could pronounce her name wrong, but of course, President Obama's daughter. So I know some might dispute that, which again, I had a hard time putting this list together for July 4th. So, anyways, go ahead with your number 4.
I'm afraid I've got a couple on your list here. My number 4, if a good friend of the show's James Gonzalez is watching, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. One of the greatest owners in Oakland history, and we're not talking about the Oakland. We're not talking about the Oakland Athletics. We're talking about the Oakland Raiders. Al Davis.
Wow, God, another guy I overlooked. Oh my God. Man, how did I miss Al Davis? Yes, I don't like the guy, but like you said, he is a great owner. Oh my God, anyways. Wow. For me, number 4, as I was looking up the list, this name stuck out because of the meaning. I mean, how can I put it? The medical history behind what this person went through. 8 transplants within a year, I think it was, organ transplants. And I know I'm going to butcher the name. So Alice D. Montos, had a short life, very short life. So rest in peace to her. But definitely, I think like it was 7 or 8 organ transplants in a short span. So put her on my list.
I saw that. I saw that too. And about I should put that on. And like, and my wife's like, why is that important? She lived. She had successful 8 organ transplants. That's major.
Yeah, yeah. So, all right, number 3 there, Tim.
I don't know if I've got anybody on your list at this point. I have the 30th president of the United States, Calvin Coolidge.
Okay. Yeah, you really dug into him. Like I said, I went with names that kind of jumped out at me. For me, my number 3 drummer from God, I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. I want to say it was Who Fighters, but I could be wrong. William Goldsmith, the drummer for them.
Okay.
Number 2 for you.
Number 2, the former owner of the evil empire, George Steinbrenner.
God. Are you kidding me? How did I overlook both of them? Oh, I think you're making names up now. Jesus. Oh my God, yes. No, you're right. Both of those guys are like evil owners. I mean, Al Davis wasn't as bad, but man, really,
Holy heck.
Steinbrenner's born on 4th of July, man. Oh,
The guy fired Billy Martin 7 times. That means he had to have hired him 7 times.
yeah,
Made
yeah.
made Don Mattingly get a haircut. Made Don Mattingly shave his sideburns so he didn't look like a hippie.
Yep, man. All right, we're at number 2. Iconic in the newspaper world, books, columnist, and I know I've read quite a few of her columns. Just
You went that way, okay?
Yeah, Ann Landers. I don't think anybody has not come across and read some of her columns that she's put on there. All right, number 2 for you, or number 1.
My number 1. My number 1. The man was great. Man had a great talk show until he decided he wanted to open Al Capone's vault in Chicago, and it had nothing, absolutely nothing. The other thing is this guy has his own talk show and gets hit in the face with a chair. unreal that Geraldo Rivera is my number one.
Oh my
Are you done?
God! Wow! I missed 3 iconic birthdays, man. Oh my God. I must have been half asleep when I was doing this list and just my number one, because honestly, right now, those 3 right there would be my top 3 and would have knocked out the other ones here. God dang it. Radio broadcaster icon, Hank Goldberg. I think he did a lot of with the Dolphins and stuff, but yeah, let's move on from this list. No, who else did who did you obviously have probably a list of people you had a hard time putting on or keeping on.
You had one Ichiro really, it was really tough not putting Ichiro on.
For my birthday, okay.
Yeah, no, for your birthday, July 4th. Who's on the 4th? Nobody, to be honest. I really
Wow.
I seem like I got
the iconic names for July 4th. So
I'm thinking I've got a president and 3 iconic names. Yeah.
Man. Oh, okay. All right, let's move over to Halloween, October 31st. So who's your number 5?
My number 5 would be if you turned on the TV back when we were growing up and we got a chance to watch the 6 o'clock news, and you just happened to be on CBS, and the man and the funny thing is, it's Seth MacFarlane on Family Guy loves to make jokes about this guy because he whistles when he speaks his S's. And it was always the news that I was sat and watched. And if you watch CBS Evening News with Dan Rather, it was 6 o'clock at night and you were getting ready to have dinner. So yeah, my number 5 is Dan Rather.
Nice, I like that one. Hopefully this one's a lot better than my my July 4th list. But first I'm going to kick off because I got a tie here. One, because the person I'm going to announce or say is my number 5 along with my original number 5 is a family member of mine. It's funny because her husband, one of their kids are also born on different holidays. And Tim, I know you better. Former Minnesota Vixen right guard, my aunt Melanie, her birthday's on Halloween, so definitely had to put her on the list as an honorable mention. So, but my number 5 is a rapper. Honestly, I think he's only known for 2 songs. Has been in quite a few videos, even one of his very own, which was kind of cool, but kind of a dud. Vanilla Ice, born on Halloween. So
I'm going to tell you, that's the guy. That was the guy I left off. That was the guy that was going to be my 5 and 5A.
All right, you're number 4. My
number 4. Since I haven't ventured into the wrestling genre in these lists, the guy who actually lied about his age to get into the WWF, he was 10 years older than he originally was because he said he was 28, and when he signed his contract with the WWF, he was actually 38, and it's the Boogeyman.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go a different way. I thought you were going to say somebody else. I was like, what? Really? He was. I'm with you. I got the Boogeyman at number 4 too. I was gonna say his original name, see if you knew who it was, but I did not know he lied about his age. That's weird. Because I think somebody else did too. Was wrestling at a younger age. I don't think it was that big of a difference, but anyways, yeah. Boogeyman for my number 4. Your number 3.
My next 3 are big names. I don't know. They might, for some reason, they might not be big enough for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were like I was when we got home. We stayed home sick during the day during school, or I can't remember if it came on after school. But everybody remembers Little House on the Prairie.
Oh, okay.
Everybody either got stuck sitting there with their mother watching watching soap operas and having grilled cheese sandwiches and tomato soup to get better, or you got stuck watching Little House on the Prairie. But I remember this guy. He was also on another TV show called Stairway to Heaven.
Yep.
My number 3 is Michael Landon.
Okay. No, I don't like that. My number 3 is probably, I don't know, up there, top 5 of great college coaches. I think he took a stab at the NFL and bombed. And it seems like everybody wants to play for some reason. Nick Saban, my number 3. Your number 2.
My number two. The guy who put The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings on the big screen. And actually was in The Hobbit in 3 different characters, which is really weird. But Peter Jackson, the director of The Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, and he's done other stuff that I know, but he's made billions of dollars with The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. So mine's Peter Jackson.
I did see that one, and yeah. My number 2, probably one of the funniest guys I've seen act. Doesn't do too many serious roles. I'm trying to think of some movies he was in. Summer Rental was one. Uncle Buck. List goes on. John Candy, definitely to me, one of the funniest guys around. So you're number 1.
My number 1 is your number 2. To me, the anything again, John Candy. Anything John Candy touched, much like Jeff Goldblum, was gold. Yep. And to see that he died at 43, 44 it's sad. It really is, considering both of us are older than that now, and you're going, we've outlived John Candy. Yeah. Never thought I'd hear it say that day, but that scene that he has with Macaulay Culkin in Uncle Buck is probably one of his most iconic scenes ever.
No, it definitely is. My number 1, your number 3. Definitely first name that popped up when you go Google search October 31st birthdays. Michael Landon, definitely great actor. Yeah, watched him Little House on the Prairie, watched him Stairway to Heaven. I'm trying to think if there's another the old Western Bonanza, I think he was in, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was on. He was on Bonanza.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. So, anyway, so let's move on to a lot of people's favorite holiday that just passed this past Sunday, Christmas. So December 25th. You're number 5.
This man has a museum in St. Augustine, Florida. He was never on the TV show, but he's had TV. I think he's had a couple TV shows about this, about the collection of weird and interesting facts and different types of things. But Robert Ripley from Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. Okay. Yeah, my number 5. There was, some debate on who I was going to put there, but I'm going to go with another wrestler because that's what I like, and I'm going to go with Chris Harris, WWE guy, WWF, big guy, born on Christmas Day. So I'm going to wrestler Chris Harris.
Was that Nails?
No, that was that's why I was looking up to see who he was wrestling under. No, he wrestled ring names. He wrestled just as Chris Harris. He was I'm trying to think. I know he teamed with somebody and I can't think of but yeah, I know who you're thinking of, but no, it wasn't Nails. Beer Money. And or not Beer Money, America's Most Wanted in TNA. was his biggest role. So,
Oh,
yeah. You're number 4.
okay. My number 4 is an icon in the automotive industry. I don't think many people knew this. He's a Frenchman, but he's a partner of the Chevrolet Motor Company in the United States. Louis Chevrolet.
Okay. Gotcha. I like that one. Number 4 for me. I believe, if memory, well, my memory is going for me for some reason today. Denver Bronco, great receiver who I believe passed away this past year.
Last year.
Demetrius Thomas, or in 2021, I believe. Yeah, Denver, great receiver. Demetrius Thomas, my number 4. You're number 3.
Well, this is going to be great because I don't think you went back this far. And this was honestly the first name that came up when I looked up on this day. He would be considered the father of gravity. Sir Isaac Newton is born on Christmas.
Okay. And I think I Googled something before on Christmas, and I think Christopher Columbus was supposedly born on Christmas too, but I tried to look it up.
I don't think that.
Yeah, so I don't know. My number 3, another NFL quarterback, and I believe I could be wrong on his passing. Ken Stabler, if he passed, I can't remember if he did or not, but
I think he passed. I think he passed. I think he may have passed earlier this year. I'm not sure.
That's what I thought too. Yeah, Ken Stabler, great quarterback. Granted, a little bit older than me to see him play, but watch videos, hear people talk about him. My number 3. You're number 2.
My number 2, I believe he's won some Oscars. I know everybody remembers him for always teaming up with Katharine Hepburn. Everybody remembers him for the African Queen, the Maltese Falcon. But I think everybody who hears this name is going to say, yeah, I know who this is. He was in Casablanca. My number 2 is Humphrey Bogart.
Ooh, that is a good one. I did see that name pop up, and I was debating. I was just looking up something for Christopher Columbus, and Wikipedia has his birthday between the 25th of August and 31st of October in 1941. All right. So number 2. Go ahead. No, what were you going to say?
No. Christopher Columbus. Is it the director, Chris Columbus, or is it the
Explorer? Yeah.
Explorer. Okay.
Yeah.
He's Italian, which is even funnier.
Yeah. All right. Great bookkeeping they had back then.
Yep.
So my number 2, possibly one of my non-favorite baseball players. That's not a twin. The guy was faster than I could ever run. A Hall of Famer, base stealer, Ricky Henderson. I don't know what else to say. I know for years he I got through.
How did I miss Ricky Henderson? Holy hell.
Got you. Yeah, Ricky Henderson. Yep. Born at Christmas, 1948. That's my number 2. You're number 1.
Oh.
Hey, at least you've got more than I've missed. So
I don't know if I can come back from that one. It's Ricky Henderson.
Yeah.
The Salt and the Steel. Like, how do you make that? Wow. Okay. My number 1. I'm curious if it's your number 1 at this point. Singer. Very well-known singer. Who, yeah, it's your number 1 too, isn't it? Has his own restaurants called Margaritaville. Jimmy Buffett.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah, Jimmy Buffett. How could when you see that name pop up? I mean, granted, I missed many names. Yeah, I got Jimmy Buffett as my number one too. That's why one thing I liked about doing this is like, oh, really? That person's born on this day. So yeah. So we're gonna wrap it up here. With New Year's right around the corner, literally. What are we looking at? 5 days away, roughly.
Roughly.
Let's go. Let's go. Well, for you, it's probably like 4.5, but
it's
let's
good
go
close. Yeah.
New Year's Day, January 1st. Your number 5.
My number 5 is the author of probably one of the most banned books in the United States. It's probably, if I'm not mistaken, is the reason that I'm going to be wrong. I'm going to be wrong. If I'm not, please don't hold it against me. Is probably the reason that John Lennon was killed. Yes, it was. Matter of fact, it was the reason why John Lennon was killed because the book told Mark David Chapman to kill John Lennon, and it's The Catcher in the Rye, written by J.D. Salinger.
That was the reason. Wow. Okay, I'll have to do a little research. That
was the reason he said in court was the fact is that The Catcher in the Rye told me to do it. John I believe they said John Lennon was the catcher and he needed to be killed or something. I can't remember, but it's all in court documents that Catcher in the Rye is the reason why John Lennon was killed.
Wow. Hey, learn something new. My number 5 is another iconic NFL great we lost too soon. Defensive end for the Chiefs, I believe it was. I could be wrong. Darius Thomas. Not Darius. Dexter Thomas.
Derek?
What?
Derek Thomas?
Derek Thomas. Yeah, you're right. I can't speak to that either. God dang it. All right. Yeah. Jeez. I think I need to go to bed. Okay. Your number 4 there, too.
My number 4 is probably the greatest middleweight boxer in history. And I said that. I stand by that. I don't care if whoever they say is middleweight champion is better. I don't care if they say, and I don't think Floyd Mayweather is, I don't think Money Mayweather's a middleweight. But Rocky Graziano.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. Yeah, I did see that name pop up. No, you're probably right. He's probably one of the top 2. I mean, but I don't get too much of boxing in me. My number 4, if I remember right, I think this guy actually was goofing around and shot himself in the foot. I believe I could be wrong on that one. Jason Pierre-Paul, another NFL great.
He blew off his fingers. He was holding the
That's what it was.
Blew off his fingers.
That's what it was. Yes. Yeah. I knew it was something with the toe, and was born on this date, New Year's Day. All right, number 3 for you.
Number 3. I think I'm doing the history lesson. It's funny that New Year's Day has a lot of history people in it.
They do. They had a lot of history
it was
people.
Weird. This woman is best known for sewing the first United States flag. This person is known as the major seamstress that gave us the Stars and Stripes. She's the reason we have them. Betsy Ross.
That is a good one. Yeah, you're definitely doing the king of history today. So we won't let Crispy Bacon know that for morning tailgate. So for me again, you're pulling out some good history people. My number 3, currently his son is probably one of the best power hitters if he can stay healthy for the San Diego Padres. Fernando Tatis Sr. Guy back in the day was a great hitter himself. The only guy to hit 2 grand slams in the same inning for St. Louis Cardinals, I believe it was. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Tatis Sr. So, your number 2.
Our number 2 it used to be the head. Used to be he was the first head of this department of the United States government. Everybody thinks that this is the reason why. No, that's wrong. I'm not going to say it because to be honestly, this is the reason why I thought the Metrodome was named after this guy and it wasn't. It's the reason. Yeah, now you're thinking, right? J. Edgar Hoover was born on New Year's Day.
You thought the Metrodome was named after him?
Yeah, don't. I didn't realize it wasn't the smartest thing, and I was young. I was young and I needed the money. No, I'm kidding. I didn't need the money. I was just young and stupid and wasn't really paying any attention. But yeah, he was the first director of the FBI.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I didn't want to say that aloud.
Yeah. Well, we know that's not the weirdest. We know that's not the weirdest thing that's been said on this network. So,
it's out there in the ether, and I look at that.
Oh, okay. Tim had a little technical issues there, so hopefully he'll be back. Oh yeah, he's back. Okay, so we're at number 2. Yep. Yeah, you're kind of cutting in and out there. So my number 2,
okay,
a great actor. Only known for a few films in Austin Powers. For one, Vern Toyer, Mini-Me, was born on November or New Year's Eve or day. Nah. So Mini-Me born my number 2. So you're number 1.
I'm interested at your number 1 because I know what mine is.
Well, I hope you know what yours is.
I know what mine is, right? Henry Longsworth. I'm not even going to kill his name at this point. There was a great poem that everybody in the United States had to read, and if they didn't know, and if they didn't really know about it, great metalsmith in the Revolutionary War period. We all learned this poem, the Midnight Ride of Paul Revere. Yeah, my number 1 is Paul Revere.
Wow. That is a great number 1. Yeah, you pulled up the history on New Year's Day. Jesus. Yeah, my number 1, the third wrestler I'm going to have, or tied to wrestling in this one, one of the greatest managers, probably behind Bobby Heenan, but it also depends on who you're talking to. Still, in the wrestling business, down there in Florida, helping Hogan with his stuff. Jimmy Hart, definitely, wrestling icon. But yeah, the New Year's Day, I had a lot of history, a lot of, people that, it's like, okay, yeah, we could do that. But we got a few minutes, Tim. What are some people that you had off your list?
I had Vanilla Ice off my list. I want to say I had it for. You're gonna make me come out and say some of these, aren't you?
Go ahead.
I had Vanilla Ice off my list for Halloween. I had Michael Collins, the astronaut from the Gemini 10, the Apollo 11. I had him off my list. Who else did I have? I'm not bringing up the one we talked about in the backstage area. If anybody wants to know who it is, you can message me. I'll tell you there. I had Timothy Leary on your birthday off the list. The one about I think he was talking about LSD or PCP. He was trying to advocate LSD, something like that. I also had Fran's. I took Fran's list off your birthday too. The moment I saw Bob Odenkirk, I took Fran's list right off the page. Yeah. Who'd you have?
For me, a lot of them. I mean, for my birthday, Zach Hansen of the Hanson Boys, Jonathan William Lipnick, actor, Jerry Maguire, uh, Michael Freshman or Fishman played DJ on Roseanne on there. Let's see, who else did I have off of there? Jillian Mack, actress, married to Tom Selleck, I believe it is. Another actor, Gary Sandy, Eric Gordon, basketball player. Let's see, who else did I have? Antonio Davis. I have Willow Smith. She was born on Halloween, which kind of fits her personality, I think. NASCAR driver Scotty Riggs were some of the notables I had on there. So, but again, this list I think was fun. I think we're definitely going to be tuning into this list. Finish up the holidays. Then we'll probably just start picking random days, or might pick a You might pick a name and just say, "Oh, let's see who was born on this day with this person," so because it was kind of interesting to do. So I know we're cutting it kind of early, but hey, it is what it is. So, Tim, you got some final thoughts going into the new year?
It's been a fun new year. It's been a fun old year. I know I won't be back on again until when are we doing morning tailgate? New Year's Eve.
We'll discuss that. I think we might. Yeah, morning tailgate will be either Saturday or Sunday. We'll discuss that. Probably see what the guys are free up to. I know New Year's ain't that big of a day, but I know a certain host of ours is going to be doing his annual live karaoke on New Year's Day.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be awesome. No, it's been so far. This year's been a blast for being part of the C2C family. I think it's definitely been fun. It's been a blast. Just looking forward to new things to come in the new year. Keep watching the show. Keep watching our shows. Also keep watching the channel because we've got great things going on all the time. We've got that baseball show they've been trying to get on that probably will never be on anymore this year.
Yeah.
But they're trying. They're trying real hard. But other than that, we've got some great shows and keep watching.
Yeah, exactly. Just like any other network, kind of retooling things. On Deck is one of those shows that will probably be moving to a new time and slot. But keep checking us out. 2023 hope to be a better year. We got great shows coming up. Can't wait to start doing our stuff with the Oregon Cougars Women's Professional Football League. Morning tailgate again. Yes, will be either Saturday or Sunday. We'll try to nail that down. Talk about the playoff pictures and stuff like that. Tonight we'll have Between the Ropes. I think we're doing our award show tonight for that. Wednesday we got the Bo and Joe show. Also Wednesday, Sportsman is coming back, retooled. And then Thursday we got OVW wrestling. We got Creeping It Real, and Saturday night we got Kicking It, and also the Four Bros radio show. Keep checking that out late night. That show definitely can't be played during the day. So with that being said, I want to thank Tim. I want to thank the viewers, anybody watching. Again, send out topics. We'll definitely read them and come up with something. So with that being said, I'm Big B, Tim Hendricks. You guys all have a great week. See you for this show. See you next year. Have a good one.